Yes.
Trustee Huber?
Yes.
And Chairman?
Yes. We have one action item. Consider and take action on the purchase of the interest in the Herd 316 well from BK Exploration Corporation.
This is just another one of the same assignments that I received. They keep dwindling in.
Having to do with our disposal wells. Okay, do I hear a motion that we purchase interest in Herd 316?
I move that we purchase this interest.
What kind of cost are we?
I think that one's about $300, $400.
Okay.
It's on my letter. It's in my letter. It's $419.67.
Okay, did we get a second on that?
I think.
Trustee Rudolph?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Stewart?
Yes.
Trustee Huber?
Yes.
And Chairman?
Yes. We'll then open up the regular meeting of the Clinton Industrial Authority. And prior to that, let's adjourn from the other meeting. Do I hear a motion for adjournment?
So moved. Second.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Huber?
Yes.
Trustee Stewart?
Yes.
Trustee Rudolph?
Yes.
And Chairman?
Yes. Now we'll move into the regular meeting of the Clinton Industrial Authority. You've had in front of you the minutes of the December 20th meeting and also the claims presented. Do I hear a motion to consent? Second.
Second.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Huber?
Yes.
Trustee Rudolph?
Yes.
Trustee Stewart?
Yes.
And Chairman?
Yes. Tonight, I'm going to move to our action item, and since our city manager is gone this evening, I'll at least start the conversation by a very quick historical background of where we find ourselves tonight as we consider and take action on the real estate transaction regarding the Redland addition in South Clinton. On September the 6th, the Clinton Industrial Authority met and went into special session. And when they came out of special session, they voted there was a motion made by Trustee Rudolph and seconded by Trustee Martinez, who was here at the time, to authorize the city manager of Clinton to negotiate the sale of 15 lots in what was then the Robinson Edition, which now has been renamed the Redland Edition. And this is where we find ourselves tonight, in a rather keeping it tempered in terms of excitement, because every step is one step forward. Every step has to be taken in this process. And I'm going to, if I can do this, I want to bring in the prospective builder who very much regretted not being able to be here tonight. It's Lance Wendell. He's in Colorado, but he would like to be here via today's technology. So, Gene, I'm going to do this now. All right. Okay, I'm going to have a speaker, and I'm going to go down, and I'm going to hit it. And we're going to see if we can get Lance Wendell here. Oh, I'm too fast, yeah. See how this works. Yeah, Lance?
No, nobody here but an
Sorry, wrong number. Okay, let's try it again. Let's just see. I told you this high-tech stuff. Like a lifeline. 580-277-7966. There's one number on the killing one. Now we'll start.
British.
Oh,
I am. So,
Okay.
sorry that I could not attend your meeting today, I really
Well,
apologize.
that's fine. We're moving right, and we knew you wanted to be here, so we're using the long line for you to be here. We've just done a little historical tracking that brought our city manager into a negotiation with you. And tonight, we're considering as a council a contract that Ms. Townsend has brought. And would you like to address this from where you are and speak to the council, and perhaps they might be in a position to ask you something?
Certainly, and so this is basically one of the first steps in moving forward. We would certainly like to come to Clinton. I mean, we think there's a strong market there. We think there's a need for, this type of housing. So we'd like to come there and build. The city's already started working on these lots. We'd really like to buy some of those. But our next step, and I think we've all kind of agreed to that, but our next step is we've got to go and make sure that we have our construction financing in place. And anytime that I talk to anyone about construction financing, kind of one of the first things is, well, do you have a contract for these lots, or is this, pie in the sky with City of Clinton? And I try to assure them that, City of Clinton is very interested, but they really want to see me have, a written contract and ability to purchase the land. And so that's really what this next step is, we talked about the negotiation, and we've kind of come to an agreement on it, but now we've got to come in front of the council and ask the council to approve the contract that we've looked at and that we've discussed.
Okay, so it's well described as such then. This is a part of the process that is necessary prior to you receiving approval for funding for the loan that would be required to obviously purchase the property. And, go ahead.
Actually, the loan to construct the houses.
To construct the houses, okay.
Yes, sir, that's the big one. I mean, the purchase of the property is expensive, but the construction loan for 15 houses, that's a pretty big construction loan. We've got a couple of different guys interested in doing that, but we've got they really want to see that I've got that land under contract.
Okay. And within the format of the contract, we're looking at, if all would go well, that, and you guys have the contract in front of you there, that for a purchase price of $10,300, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Per lot, up to
Right.
for 15 lots with a earnest money executed, which would be this evening, of $5,000 on the contract.
Yes, sir.
Total purchase price would be $154,500. And we're looking at the process that you now, if the council chooses to do this and enter into this contract with you, then you would be in position within the framework of about 30 days or so, would be the potential closing time, February 15th, 2017.
Yes, sir.
Is the contract. And the other parts of this particular contract that the city would be in to provide service on, additional provisions, the city of Clinton would provide the sewer and the water to all the lots. The buyer is willing to accept a single abstract for all 15 lots. Upon closing, any existing abstracts of title of the subject property owned by the seller shall become the property of the buyer. And the buyer is granted an option which shall expire on September the 1st, 2018, to purchase the remaining lots in the subdivision for the same sales price of $10,300 per lot. You guys up here, do you have any questions that you'd like to?
Yeah, I had,
This is Don Rodolph. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
I would like, if at all possible, to see local people have the opportunity, once you get your construction financing in place, tax title, start building, that local people have the opportunity to do the work on the homes.
That's good. Speak to that, Lance, because that's something that
Sure.
we've addressed personally. Yeah, go ahead.
We're happy to do that. Matter of fact, what I will commit to is that I will commit to advertising in your local newspaper when we're accepting bids. And then we'll go through a bid process, and it'll be, we'll bid out the framing and the concrete work and the paint. I'm just, we have, the different trades that we subcontract our work to. HVAC, the mechanicals, all that kind of stuff. I would love for local people to bid it. And I want everyone to have a shot at it, to include providing material. Providing the lumber, providing the sheetrock and whatnot. We'll advertise in the paper that we're about to go through that process, and we'll kind of put a deadline on it and let guys get their bids in. And now, you know, from a businessman's perspective, I obviously have to go, you know, with the guy that can get the right price for the right time frame. But man, if that's a local guy in Clinton, I'm all in favor.
Bottom line, they'll be given an opportunity.
Without a doubt.
And then also, you mentioned at some point the sale of the homes. How did you see that? Is it possibly a multi-list or where local realtors would be able to cooperate with you in the sale of the home?
That's correct. And in any home that we sell anywhere in the state of Oklahoma, we offer a full 3% cross-sale commission. So that's on new construction. And so, you know, local realtors say, well, that's pretty good for new construction. Now, what we don't always do, and I don't know that I would do it in Clinton, we don't necessarily list it with the local realtor. I am also a broker. I will list it myself. But any local realtor that brings a buyer and sells one of my homes will get the full 3% cross-sale commission.
That's good.
Okay, Don, anything else? You got anything?
You did mention that you would also try to buy the material local.
I will let them bid it, and we'll love for them to win. But yes, sir, when we do that bidding process, I actually, for those guys, I'll have a spreadsheet that says, all right, here's everything that I'm going to need to build a house, and then I'll let them bid that, and then I'll have another guy that I use bid it, and I'll use two different people that I have used on a regular basis, and then any local person that wants to bid it, you know, man, guys, it's up. I mean, to me, you know, a 2x6x16 to the 2x6x16, provided that it's the right grade and everything, yeah, if they can meet that, I'm in favor of the least expensive option.
Anybody else have any questions of Lance on this particular contract? Now, I believe Ms. Townsend has brought the contract and will deliberate a little bit more on it, but go ahead. And then also the earnest money, $5,000, which would be on this particular agreement. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Do we need, does Lance need to go back?
Well, I'd make the motion that we authorize you to execute the contract.
Do we have a second on that?
Yeah, I think this is good in the grand scheme of things. I think this is the best route to go. I second.
Any discussion?
I would just say this is kind of the best case scenario, in my opinion, of something positive that has happened at this particular location. And I'm thrilled that we're able to sell to a prospective buyer and developer.
Bobby? Anything?
I think we've got to do something, we've got to go forward. If we don't, you're sitting on
Right.
the recognition and no progress will be accomplished.
We've got a rename edition with no direction.
Absolutely.
All right.
And my only concern is that on the bids with the local people, I know that in my trade, if I submit a bid, what I can get the material for, somebody from city area bids where they have access to larger quantities, can get it at lower prices. Sometimes that hurts our local people because we don't have the type of overhead.
Access. One of the things that I think Lance addressed that, I don't want to speak for you, Lance, but I think he would give every opportunity for you or whoever else to do this in whatever capacity you can do it. But at the same time, he's in a position to need to keep his costs at a certain level so that he can. If you can look at what we haven't passed it out, you guys have it. You try to sell these homes for about $90 a square foot. Is that correct, Lance?
90 to 92. I don't go above 92 dollars a square foot. Yes, sir. And those, and we've already kind of been working on what that pricing is going to be.
Okay, and you've already priced some in this material that the council had in front of them, so.
Yes, sir. If they have that, it actually has the price list for every home that we're going to build.
All right. Okay. No more discussion?
Trustee Rudolph?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Stewart?
Yes.
Trustee Hewland?
Yes.
And Chairman?
Yes. Lance, thank you. wherever you
All right, thanks
are.
for your time.
I hope it's not snowing where you are.
No,
If you have skis, if you have skis. All right, thank you. All right,
Thank you.
bye-bye, thank you. Now I turn this thing off.
Just push that green button.
Up here,
No, down there.
down here? Okay.
Nope, he hung up on you.
Oh, yeah, I know, but he's done anyway, I think. Okay, thanks. Okay, do we want to end the meeting, or do Ms. Townsend is now, she's done with
And then we-
at the end of the meeting? Okay, we'll take care of that, as we move to adjourn. Do I hear a motion to adjourn? Okay.
Trustee Gonzalez,
Yes.
trustee Stewart,
Yes.
trustee Rhoda,
Yes.
trustee Huglen,
Yes.
and Chair.
Yes. All right, and our final movement is into the regular meeting of the Clinton City Council. You've had the minutes, December 20th, as well as claims. And do I hear a motion of consent to those two items? And the approval of the minutes of the public hearing on December 20th, 2016 also. Do I hear a motion to consent?
So moved.
Second.
Councilman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Huglen,
Yes.
Councilman Rhoda,
Yes.
Councilman Stewart,
Yes.
and Mayor.
Yes. All right. We have action items. 4 here. And action item A, consider condemnation of 304 A's, owner Felicia Hill.
Mayor, there should be a PowerPoint.
Yeah, let me get that, let me get that somewhere. Okay, Gene. Oh, there you go. Oh,
Actually, we'll start with 333 South 15.
tell me if I'm in the right.
Yeah, that's, okay, there, we'll start right there. Bear with me, I'm kind of under the weather this evening.
Okay, you bet.
That property is owned by Rigo Rodriguez.
That's correct. This,
Going to see.
Okay, we're going to see, okay.
This property has structure prior back to September 28th of 15. Since that date, no utilities have been on at that house. Made several code violation notices on that property in regards to cleaning it up. As you can see that the owner has made no attempt at it. We did have on August the 24th, of this year, or this past year, the city of Clinton had a public nuisance hearing, and the owner failed to appear. And at that public hearing, we were just going to address the condition of the property and what the owner was going to do to try to clean it out. So since I failed to appear, then that's when we bring it to the next step of condemnation to the council.
Have you talked to any of the people?
No, I have not. Notice of hearing was posted, and on the property itself, sent by certified mail and published in the newspaper. And then, due to the current conditions of the structure, unfit for human occupancy due to the lack of repairs, the property only actually sits on about 1.5 lots, and it doesn't even go the full depth of the lots, so it's going to be really tricky to tear down. And do you guys have any questions on this house?
Is there anybody here
On this house?
that, for this house? Okay.
All right, it's my recommendation to the City of Clinton City Council that this property be condemned and all contents on the property be removed.
That's in my ward.
It is also my recommendation per state statute that we allow the owner of the property 30 days to remove the nuisance, and on the 31st day, if they have not done that, then the City of Clinton will go in and remove the nuisance.
I move that we proceed with that condemnation.
I second.
Councilman Rhoda,
Yes.
Councilman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Stewart,
Yes.
Councilman Huglen,
Yes.
and Mayor.
Yes.
Okay.
Which one are we going to?
The 304 I personally worked that structure prior, it was upstairs, through the front door, and up the stairs to the right. There's lots of false rooms, ceilings, things like that in the house. Over the past few years, we've had a few issues with people going in and out. I've notified the owners, they reported that was secured, but, over the last 6 months, 8 months, the police department's been receiving more calls on people around that house and illegal activity going in that area. So, and this one as well, we had a abatement hearing with the city manager, and we sent it by, posted it, certified mail, that we were having a public hearing on it, and nobody appeared at that time, and that was on August 24th, 2016. And then, I did send out a certified letter on tonight's hearing, if the gentleman's here to, wants to visit about that, so if you have any questions for me,
Let's see.
Yeah, pretty much, I recently just got out and, I just took possession of that property. And, right now I'm just trying to get enough money to patch that roof and board it up nice. As far as the people hanging out around there, I've already taken care of that. But I just need enough time to get it cleaned up and get it boarded up to where I can continue to work my 2 jobs until I get enough money to actually invest in it.
Do you own this? Do you own the home?
Yes, sir.
So, and you're,
I'm Kenneth Carter.
Kenneth Carter?
Purchased the house from Felicia Hill.
You purchased it. Was that recently?
Yes, sir.
What time? Or about when?
I actually went today and had something over to him. We talked about it roughly 6 months ago, but like I said, I live in the city, so it's kind of hard for me to get down here and work 2 jobs.
You live in the city?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
How long do you need to get it boarded up?
I think 6 months is fair. You know, I got 2 jobs and I'm still behind on child support. It's been an uphill battle with me, but
How long has the water been there?
since 2011.
So no one officially has been living there since 2011, is that correct?
correct. I assume, I'm not sure, to be honest. No?
That isn't my ward. I drove by and looked at it yesterday. I noticed that most of the windows and the doors have been boarded up. And it seems to keep people out of it. Except for this window that you see here, but you have to have a ladder to get up to it. And I haven't been in the house, but I need to be in the house. There has been some attempts to secure the building, to keep people out of it.
Has that been the problem, is that
Just
people
keeping
going
it secure,
inside?
yes, sir. You know, if, there's one picture there, it should show that's the east side of the house, facing east. There should be a picture, maybe go to the next slide. And, there should be a picture of the roof. Oop, back up there. I didn't get that one on there, but, there's the north side of the house. You know, part of it's, the porch is falling down, and the northwest side of the house, the roof is gone. They put tarps on it to try to secure it at one point in time. Like I said, we've had our issues there in the past.
It is in a lot of disrepair. I'd ask the council if we would grant the new owner a 30-day period to show us some effort to make the house more presentable, like the porch. We have a large area here on the 2nd floor where this window, apparently, I don't know if the fire department had to go through
We did
there.
make entry on that north side,
Okay.
and a lot of the ceiling fell down. The big window there on top is, had a lot of fire damage, fire coming out of it, and then, this is the roof on it.
Would we also not need official documentation on the purchase of the home? Can you provide that?
Well, I tend to agree with you, Bob. Let's give him 30 days, see if he
back, and do you want that at the first council meeting of next month, or
1 month from today, which would be,
it kind of falls a little bit different?
First council meeting in
whatever the
February.
First meeting in February.
February.
Can you work with us on that?
Yes, sir.
All right. I make a motion that we postpone this condemnation for 30 days, good faith, by the new owner, Kenneth Carter, to make improvements on the house and bring back some kind of presentation to us or proof to us that work is being done on the house.
Okay, that would be, the date would be February the 7th, and that would be also in addition to you providing ownership.
Yes, sir.
Second.
Is everybody clear on that motion? And that was seconded, okay?
Second.
Councilman Stewart,
Yes.
Councilman Rodoff,
Yes.
Councilman Huglen.
Yes.
Councilman Gonzalez.
Yes.
And Mayor.
Yes.
The last property is a little church over on the east side, East Locust, in Lincoln Addition. And no church is gonna pay taxes, things like that. I did find some information on maybe the founder of the church, and when I was doing my title search on it to make sure there wasn't anything, which I knew there wasn't, there was a quick claim deed from back in 1985, I believe. The city's been mowing it, and, you know, because otherwise it would be a fire hazard, and we get into that all the time. So I've been mowing it, and now the window's been knocked out. You see there on the west side towards the north end. That window's been knocked out. There's a hole in the roof on the northeast side of it, right there. And basically, I just, you know, if nobody's gonna take responsibility for the church, you know, I mean, that's the last thing we do is demolish the church, but if nobody's gonna take responsibility for it, then my recommendation is to condemn it and demolish it.
All right. Is there someone speaking on that?
I'm here over the church, and we did have it boarded up,
Your name first.
oh, Patricia Rolte.
Okay, go ahead.
We had the church boarded up, and I had someone keeping a tarp over it, and I just went down there to check it the other days when I seen the sign up there. And we've had the window you're talking about that keeps being open, somebody going in there. And I told my husband we needed to get some 8-inch screws to board it up, because the church has been there for a long time, and we were gonna restore it, which we gathered the money up. Somebody ran off with the money that we were restoring it. And my husband got sick and we weren't able to, you know, at the time, but I told him we had, instead of putting the tarps up there on that one, that we needed to get 2 boards and board it up till we could do something with it. Because it's been there since 1930.
And are you the only member of the church?
I'm the one that owns it.
You-
I'm from New Life Temporal Peace.
Okay, and you told me you tried to get in touch with them, and you know,
Somebody's got a hold of me.
When you pull up the information through like the county assessor's webpage, it just gives you the church address and no other information on it. As you can see,
They're not subject to that lawn tax.
so when you pull that church up, that's all it gives you. Most of the time it gives you information here and who the owner is or something like that. You see that's
so you can confirm you're legally the owner of that property?
Yes, it was left to me by Jeanette Murphy and her son, James Murphy. He's from Phoenix, Arizona.
But do you have documentation on that?
No, it was just turkey, just been handed down. It comes up New Life Temporal Peace, and that's where, was the name of the church.
That's a little problematic.
But she passed, and
You want to address that?
Well, I talked to Henry Caldwell yesterday, and some of the people in the Lincoln Addition that he's a member of the Masonic Lodge, which you can see it right there next to it. And they had tried to purchase the property, tried to make arrangements to work with them on getting it. And I suggested to Henry that he talk to somebody about, or even if they could make arrangements to remove the house there for the property that's there. I walked around yesterday and took some of the same pictures that you've shown here and looked at it. There's, all the electrical is disconnected from the back. There's no meter, there's no power going to the building. My question is, are you having any services there, or have you had services there?
No,
So technically, it's just a vacant building.
yeah, we were just gonna have it restored and put siding on it because it's been a landmark since.
Speaking of, Major, could you speak to ownership and without any proof of ownership? How does that work?
First thing that we would really have to do is we need to go full books at the county and run title on it. Surely, I mean, I wouldn't expect that there would be an abstract anywhere, given that it was a nonprofit entity that owned the building. But we could at least run title on it, do a stand-up of the county to see
Well, let me
what the
suggest,
county says.
Tubby, why don't you get her address and see if you can get her with Henry Caldwell? You know, the city
I
can,
know Henry Clark.
well, but you need her address, Tubby. But we cannot continue to mow this property. You know, we need,
Yeah, we had somebody mowing it there and taking care of the property, but we didn't know that somebody had stopped.
how long has the city been mowing?
Several years.
Do you live here,
I live in Rattle,
Rapido?
yes.
Here.
You can kind of understand how it's difficult, since the property is out there floating. With no sense of,
March of '97 was when water disconnected there.
yeah.
We need to do something.
Yeah, if we can't, on the strength of the information you've given, you'd have to have more confirmation on title. Now, if you're familiar with Mr. Caldwell, and you've spoken to him, right?
No, I hadn't talked to him, but I mean, I know who he is.
What would be, something like this is a little too marmally out there for me, to be able to like continue this on.
Well, in the past, even regardless of what the ownership is, we can still condemn the condition of the property. The council still has the ability to, all the building and nuisance, condemn its condition. By condemning its condition, you have enacted the statutory rights of the council to abate nuisances or require the abatement of the nuisance. So you statutorily have to give the owner, whoever that is, 30 days to rectify whatever we identify as a nuisance. So if the council is so inclined and believes the building to be a nuisance, then the proper course would be to go ahead and condemn the building tonight, allow the statutory period, do like we just did on the previous building, and put it back on the agenda in 30 days for review.
But what about the issue of title? I mean, you can't have,
Honestly, that's none of our concern.
well, so we're gonna ask, we would ask them, her, to deal with whatever issues that the city thinks need to be dealt with.
If she believes that she's the rightful owner, then absolutely. We're asking whomever is the owner to correct the conditions that we have identified as a nuisance.
How would this be corrected?
The roof doesn't need a tar, it needs to be repaired. Make sure all the windows are sealed up. A lot of the siding on the front doors, it's rotted, it's falling, the doorway is falling in.
I mean, I'm willing to go down and repair, you know. I mean, to be repaired this summer or something like that. We're trying to get siding and stuff. Like I said, we had the money. We hired somebody that didn't offer the money.
Well, what would be your pleasure then if we're going to give an extension similar to what we did, which would be a 30-day extension? Not into the summertime, but a 30-day extension. Is there some
maintain it as a landmark, and if you do more landmark, it looks in that much disrepair.
Looks to me like she needs to get with Henry Caldwell and try to make him be able to sell it to him.
That would be my suggestion, and Mr. Caldwell is very willing to meet, he just didn't know who to talk to. And I sat down with him yesterday.
Get it once, want me to put it off 30 days to see what happens? Put it back on.
I'll get with him, but in the meantime, I'll get the window back on there and get it, blocked in like we've been doing. And the hole in the roof.
I'd make a motion, we give her 30 days, put it back on, put it on the February 7th agenda and see if you get, but you need to talk to Henry Caldwell between now and then.
And the Toby, report back to us, that would be our connecting point, Toby, yeah, go ahead.
I want Don to be clear, is he condemning the property and giving her 30 days, or are we just tabling it?
We're just tabling it, and giving her 30 days, just like we did the last one. That's my motion.
I'll second.
Councilman Randolph.
Yes.
Councilman Stewart.
Yes.
Councilman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Councilman Phelan. And Mayor.
Yes. And it would be good if you would connect with Mr. Anderson, he has your contact.
Toby, if you'd get her.
Okay.
I'll go get a notepad.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, action item. I think we're back to that. Oh, got it. Double click and go back.
Not that one.
Oh, where'd that go? Yeah, okay, so we're to action item D, consider and take action to authorize Deborah Blanchard to access OK grant system, Department of Commerce, and act on, let's be careful now, behalf of the mayor. This is,
You've got an agent.
I've been here 25 years, come on.
no,
This, in dealing with SWOTA, Clyde Board is wonderful about helping us through all of our grant processes. The way they do it now is through OK.gov and through the OK grants system. So everything we do now is done electronically, where it used to be we hand signed grant documents and sent in those documents. Everything's done electronically now. Anytime you guys take action on approving for us to go out and fill out a proposal or a grant, what am I trying to say? To apply for a grant, and once it's awarded, there's different steps that have to be taken. You have to log in, and you have to tell it that yes, we've done this grant modification, or we've accepted this award, or we've done these different things. The authorizing official is usually the mayor after the council's action. And like I said, everything's done digitally, so for me to be able to log in and do those steps, check that box, have David Barong's name on there and the date that it was approved, it's all done electronically that way rather than by paper. It's just the way, and by doing this, it just really covers me for what we're doing. It shows that you gave me authorization to go on and say,
your step would come after we'd said something positively, what to do at this level.
right. I mean, Clyde Morgan, is our grant, our person who comes out and really helps us with all this stuff. He's the one who says, you need to do this today, you need to do this today, so he really steps us through all of it. He steps me through how to even log in. Oh, I'm sorry.
Michael Ryder with SWOTA, Clyde's supervisor, actually. This is pretty common that this happens in many places because many times the mayor's not available like city staff are available. And the staff only works with approval of the motion of the body.
Would I be notified of what I've signed?
Yes. Anytime we do any of those steps in that system, it sends emails to usually the city manager and the city clerk. clerk at the same time that it happens.
Whatever you guys think.
Sounds like a good plan.
I could just,
No, for the old days, the mayor, he never had to.
we could call you every time we need to do that and have you come
No,
log
you
in.
stamp anyway.
We didn't have computers back then.
All we did was name it on the map.
Okay. Well, whatever your pleasure is, I'll vote however you do.
I move we authorize her to act on your behalf.
I'm doing that.
Councilman Rudolph,
Yes.
Councilman Stewart,
Yes.
Councilman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Hewland,
Yes.
and Mayor.
Yes. Yes, Gerald, I said yes. It was delayed.
I'm gonna call you every time when I have to do one.
Thank you, Governor.
Yeah. Anything over $1,000. All right. Any other comments? Council? All right. Do I hear a motion for adjournment?
Second.
Councilman Gonzalez,
Yes.
Councilman Hewland,
Yes.
Councilman Rudolph,
Yes.